Hey guys, YouTube Boy 100 here, and and I'm sure that a lot of you have probably heard about it by now. But for those of you who haven't, you can see by the title of the video. Um, uh, just yesterday, actor Paul Reubens, who you probably will know as Pee Wee Herman, yesterday he passed away. And when I heard about this, I just was in like a kind of I was like in shock about it. Like, wow, just like to hear that Pee Wee Herman has now died. Just wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just like in the last like 10 days or so, we've now had three celebrity deaths. Just like about like sometime last week. I guess like 10 days ago, I guess I should say, yeah, 10 days ago, Tony Bennett died. Yeah, and he lived a full life. He lived to be 95 years old. So yeah, so Tony Bennett had died. Yeah, then just earlier this week, a singer, Sinead O'Connor, I think that's how it's said, she died at age 56. Yeah, and now just yesterday, Paul Reubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, he has now died. So yeah, just in the matter of 10 days, three celebrities have died. And this is a pattern that I really have noticed. Like, it always seems to be three celebrities always end up dying in such a short amount of time. Like, it seems to happen all the time. Like, I've seen, especially in the last year or so, it really does seem to be like a case where three celebrities have died in such a short amount of time to each other. Yeah, it kind of did happen with when Jason David Frank died back in November. I think there were a couple other deaths that happened around that time. Yeah, and also had the deaths of I think it was Coolio and Aaron Carter last year as well. So yeah, so just yeah, and I think there was another one somewhere in there as well. Yeah. So it just seems to be there's always three celebrity deaths in a very short amount of time. Yeah. And just to hear that Pee Wee Herman is now dead, just wow. I just really was in pretty uh I was pretty stunned to hear that. And I think a lot of other people were too. Just obviously I didn't grow up watching a Pee Wee's Playhouse. Like a Pee Wee's Playhouse aired before my time. So yeah, so I didn't really ever actually watch Pee Wee's Playhouse, but yeah, I still do know who Pee Wee Herman is. Like Pee Wee Herman really is just one of the most iconic children's characters of all time. Like he really is just such a popular children's character. So yeah, so he really is a part of pop culture. Yeah, and even despite the fact that I didn't actually watch Pee Wee's Playhouse, I have seen Pee Wee Herman make appearances and stuff. Like I have watched the drug PSA that he did about crack. Yeah, and of course I've seen him appear on other forms of TV. Like of course I do remember back in 2010 when he made that appearance on Raw. Yeah, and even in around that time as well, there's also when he did the stage show, the Pee Wee Herman show, which I have seen some of that. Yeah, and he has really had just appeared in a lot of other uh, forms of TV, whether it's commercials or I remember there was one time I think that he did appear at the Oscars or some sort of award show. I forgot exactly what it was, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, so he has really made a lot of sporadic appearances on TV over the years. Yeah, and just to hear that he's now dead, just oh man, I just was absolutely shocked to hear that. And I'm sure that a lot of people that actually did grow up watching Pee Wee's Playhouse are pretty I'm shocked to hear this as well. It just oh man, I mean, apparently it was revealed after he died that he was apparently dealing with cancer for the last 6 years, and he never did make that actually public. Like he never did actually reveal that just until right before he died. Apparently, he did actually post on his Instagram right before his death, that he made a statement saying, "Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing the last 6 years. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect for my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you." So yeah, so it's like he just revealed that he had cancer just like right before he died. Yeah, and just to hear that it was cancer that killed him, just that just makes it really sad as well. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I know that Paul Reubens did kind of like have his like legal troubles in his life. Like I remember like around that same time that like the Pee Wee drug PSA came out, he like did get like busted for like drug use of some kind, yeah. And I think he also did kind of suffer or some well he did have some sexual assault charges I think on him, yeah. So yeah, so he did have his demons, but yeah, that was like a really long time ago, and he did like seem to really straighten his life out later on. And yeah, and it seemed that for like a long time now, he really has been just fine. Yeah, but just to hear now that he's dead, it just is like pretty sad to hear. Yeah, and of course, like he's not really just like Pee Wee Herman is like his most well known role, but yeah, he's done stuff like he has like been in a lot of other movies and TV shows as well. Paul Reubens has been in other movies such as the Blues Brothers. There were he was he of course was in Dunstan Checks In. He was in Matilda. Uh, he did appear like in the opening of Batman Returns as Penguin's biological father, and of course he also was in Blow, and he did some like other movies as well. And in TV, he also has like done a lot of appearances as well. He did appear like as Pee Wee Herman on Saturday Night Live, and yeah, and he was also made appearances on Pee Wee Herman and other shows such as Sesame Street and some other shows as well. Yeah, and he also has done like a lot of voice work as well. He was did voices for shows like a Chowder and Batman Brave and the Bold. I think he did a voice in an episode of Rugrats. And yeah, and he's done a lot of other things as well. So yeah, so he has had like quite a lot of did quite a lot of acting. But yeah, Pee Wee Herman is probably going to be like his most well known role. Yeah, and yeah, yeah, and like I said, didn't really watch like Pee Wee's Playhouse at all, but yeah, but I know like the stuff that it is known for. Of course, like Nostalgia Critic has talked about Pee Wee Herman quite a lot. He talked about like how like the opening of the show is like just a real nostalgic mindfuck. He had that as number one in the top 11 nostalgic mindfucks, and yeah, he was just talking about how it's probably like the longest opening for a TV show ever. The opening was like 2.5 minutes long. And yeah, and he's like also like talked about some other stuff about Pee Wee Herman as well. So yeah, I have like a I have learned a lot about Pee Wee Herman over the years. Yeah, and one of the things that was like most well known for his show was the secret word. Yeah, on Pee Wee's Playhouse there was always a secret word, and whenever somebody did say the secret word, everybody would have to scream really loud. I'm sure that is something that if you know Pee Wee Herman, you do know like that about his show. Yeah, so Pee Wee Herman did like have a lot of famous factors for everything talking in his house and the secret word and stuff like that. Yeah, but just to hear that a Paul Reubens or Pee Wee Herman is now dead, that really is just like a sad thing to hear, especially since it was from cancer that he'd been battling for 6 years. So yeah, just this is just like a really sad thing to hear. So yeah, so I mean, condolences to Paul Reubens' family. I'm sure they're dealing with his loss, and it really is like a really rough time for them as well. So yeah, condolences to them, and just yeah, and it really is just like a sad thing to hear. I'm sure that there is probably going to be like a lot of Pee Wee Herman tributes and just tributes to Paul Reubens in general over the next several days. It's just honor him. So yeah, so just yeah, it's a really sad thing to hear, but yeah, but yeah, he really did leave a big mark as Pee Wee Herman, and yeah, I'm sure that the legacy of Pee Wee Herman will still live on through all the fans. I mean, I remember that Pee Wee Herman stage show, when you do see the audience, you see that it is all adults old. And it is like, of course, like the people who actually did grow up watching the show. So yeah, so I'm sure that like the legacy of Pee Wee Herman will live on through all of the fans that are now fully grown that will remember the memories of Pee Wee Herman. Yeah. So yeah, so just don't know what else to say, but yeah, rest in peace to Pee Wee Herman or Paul Reubens. Yeah, yeah. He did have like quite a career, and yeah, and his legacy will live on. Yeah, but yeah, just yeah, sad thing to hear, but yeah, condolences to the family and rest in peace to Paul Reubens, Pee Wee Herman. All right, so yeah, so I mean, did you guys grow up watching Pee Wee Herman? I mean, do you know anything about Pee Wee Herman? So yeah, yeah, I mean, let me know like if you do have any memories of Pee Wee Herman and how this really does, how you really do feel about his death. But yeah, I just really don't know what else I can really say. Just yeah, I mean, it's a sad thing, but yeah, like I said, his legacy will live on, and yeah, he did leave like a quite the impact as a Pee Wee Herman, and yeah, it is just like such a legendary children's character. So yeah, so just don't know what else to say, but yeah, rest in peace to Paul Reubens and Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, the secret word is RIP. Ah, yeah. All right, so yeah, so I guess this is all I really have to say about it. I know like I really haven't really said too much about it, but yeah, just I just really don't know what to say, but yeah, just yeah, rest in peace, Paul Reubens and Pee Wee Herman. All right, so yeah, so I guess this is all I really have to say. So yeah, thanks for watching. Rest in peace. And yeah, all and now we're heading into August. So yeah, so probably sometime this week I'll probably make like a couple of retro SummerSlam reviews before SummerSlam this coming Saturday. So stay tuned for those coming up. All right, but yeah, but that does it for this video. So thanks for watching. Rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman, and I'll see you guys later.